CAA Hoops Weekly presented by Under Armour here at the Bob Carpenter Center to break down what was an epic and historic quarterfinal day here. I'm Bobby Broyles along with Christine Cormata. And Christine, it's a lot to digest today, to say the least, and we'll just kind of go game by game, and we'll begin with that first quarterfinal contest. The Hofstra Pride, in many ways, pulled out what maybe a lot of people thought was the impossible, knocked off the regular season champs, the JMU Dukes.
Well, we were excited last night because we thought the first day was fantastic, but how about today?
Yes.
You know, Krista Kilborn-Stavesky told her team at halftime, she said, we have nothing to lose, and Boogie Brzezowski took that to heart. Didn't score any points in the first half, was 11 for 12 from the free throw line in the second half, but how about Shakayla Brown? 17 big points for the Pride, and they pretty much shocked the world.
Absolutely, and we can't go without our thoughts with Lexi Barrier. She was lost in the first 45 seconds of the game, looked like a pretty serious injury. Yeah,
the JMU Dukes have faced a lot of adversity here in the last few weeks with an injury to Kamaya Smalls and now Lexi Barrier, and you have to really feel for them, but that's why nothing matters until you get to the tournament. Anything that happened before, it's a clean slate, and Hofstra proved that today.
Yep, and then who will Hofstra face? They will take on the Towson Tigers. They were able to knock off Delaware on their home floor.
Absolutely. Those two teams split the season during the regular season in the conference setting, each winning on the road. Very interesting. Kiana Jeter didn't play that great in the second meeting, but boy, did she make up for it today. 30 big points in that 4-5 matchup. Very close contested. Both teams finished with the same exact conference record, but it was Towson that came on top today to continue their season.
And then the evening session began with the Drexel Dragons, a 2-seed, coming out, and they took care of business wire to wire against William & Mary.
Yeah, they looked very poised. They still remember what happened on their home floor when they hosted the CAA tournament last year, and they have something to prove here, and they saw what happened to JMU, so their eyes are now wide open, but they came out, played a very balanced game. Bailey Greenberg had a good game, but it was Nikki Metzel for the Dragons that was just phenomenal. 20 points, 6 rebounds, and they played great team basketball.
And then the nightcap, right when you thought you saw a lot from earlier, one upset, you saw another as the 6-seed Northeastern Huskies knocked off the 3rd-seed UNCW Seahawks as the Huskies will advance to the semifinals.
What a great game that was. Jess Shenko leading her team, getting to the free throw line as well. Shannon Todd with 16 big points. They had a very balanced effort. They moved well without the basketball, got everyone involved, and UNCW just never seemed to be able to get up over the hump, but Vason was phenomenal with her three-point shooting and getting to the rim.
And the semifinals tomorrow, Friday at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. We'll start with the first one. It's the Hofstra Pride taking on the Towson Tigers. We've already seen, it's crazy about Hofstra. They had back-to-back performances where there was tournament history. The first game, 42 points for Boogie Brzezowski, sets the tournament record. Then the second game become the first team to knock off the number 1 seed in the quarters. They'll take on a Towson Tigers team, also a little bit uncharted territory for them being in the semifinals.
Yeah, we're taking the CAA Coach of the Year, Diane Richardson, who has her team playing very well, and a Hofstra team that we'll see, do they have enough left in the tank? If you would have predicted that these two teams would have been in the semifinal on this side of the bracket, well, then you could have given me some advice in the lottery, because I don't think anybody could have predicted it, but they're here, and now they're battling to go to the CAA final.
Absolutely. When we look at this game, do you believe the keys at this point for Towson's up-pace offense to really kind of put the pedal to the metal with knowing that Hofstra played the last 2 games?
Well, I think this could end up turning into a track meet. Both teams like to get out and push the ball. Both teams have a go-to scorer in Jeter and Brzezowski who can make a lot of things happen. It's going to be a really exciting game. I really think it's going to come down to who can limit their turnovers and win the battle of the boards.
And then the other semifinal will pair Drexel taking on Northeastern, and these two teams played 2 good battles. One was a buzzer beater by Bailey Greenberg up in Boston.
Yeah, heartbreaking for Northeastern with less than a second to go. A great inbounds pass. She just turned around, had good position, got it up. Heartbreaking for the Huskies, but that also propelled the Drexel Dragons. Drexel has been in this position before. Northeastern not so much, but Kelly Cole really excited. They feel like they don't have anything to lose either, and those are dangerous teams to play against. So a more experienced team in a setting like this, a less experienced team, but like we saw today and yesterday, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter in this year's tournament. It's been a lot of surprises indeed. Once again, the semifinals begin tomorrow here from the Bob Carpenter Center at 1 o'clock on CAA.TV, followed by the second semifinal at 4. We'll be back here tomorrow evening to recap both semifinals and get you ready for the championship game on Saturday.